Yo, which was good, y'all. It is your boy. That's right. Storm Sage. And I am coming to you with a new life fantasy podcast. Listen, we've been out. Me and Starks have been out of commission for a long time, but Starks is returning and I have a mock draft. So he may be able to join us on this mock draft. I don't know if he can, but if he can't, you're with me today, and we're going to be going over Draft Capital. This is a Yahoo catalog category, Yahoo category league, 9 cats, as you can see on the top. And we're going to go through the draft boards. And I'm going to go over some things I've been seeing in some of my drafts. If you guys have any questions, make sure you drop a comment and a like on the video. If you love the information we're bringing you, we're going to try to get back on doing some daily and weekly podcasts for you guys on the fantasy basketball tip. I have pick 9. So I have pick 9. We're going to be jumping into, hold on. I don't even have my, there we go. Let's get some stuff going on in the back. This is pick 9 and, ooh, that's way too loud. Let's turn that off. We have pick 9. And so we're going to be jumping in and seeing what goes. Nikola Jokic is the consensus first round draft pick. So that's usually how it goes on all these drafts. And then Joel Embiid. Now that's a little different. Usually we see Giannis in that position. And so Joel Embiid looks like Nick's gone Nick has a little man crush here. We have a third pick, Karl Anthony Towns. Now this is a very competitive. I've been doing this. This league is one of the first leagues I ever started with fantasy basketball, and these guys are competitive. Okay, so I want to make that completely clear. These guys know what they're doing. They pick and they draft very strong. Beef Bowl with the alley-oop getting Giannis. Oh, my draft is already going crazy if you see it to the right on that Karl. So Cat goes third pick. Just to go over what usually happens, usually you have Embiid goes usually fourth, fifth, usually goes third. Cat is a end of first round pick. So just keep that in mind. The end of the draft this year is such great capital. The end of the first round to that second round, it's just great capital. And to be honest, you either want to be really in the front of these drafts or near end. And Kevin Durant, which these are not usually Doncic is in this area. Now we have names of Chef Curry. The name is Chef Curry. I don't know what that picture is he has, but name is Chef Curry. And I would be very surprised if he doesn't take Curry here, but normally Curry is a end of first round, and he doesn't take Curry. He's gonna have to change his name. But Luka Doncic. So usually the top 5 is Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, Durant, and Doncic. James Harden is right in that area too, in that top 5 area. And then now it's my turn to draft. So in this position, we are usually looking at LaMelo before his injury. So with this injury, we may be able to get LaMelo on the way back. So the consensus around this area is the great Jayson Tatum. So we are going to go ahead and draft Jayson Tatum at this spot. He is going to definitely have to me, have a great season. And he was really coming on at the end of last season. We can expect for his, for just everything he does to go up. They have more ball handlers now with Malcolm Brogdon coming to town. And so we are expecting Jayson Tatum, hopefully his usage to stay pretty high, but also maybe he can cut down on some of the ball handling. And I'm expecting his numbers to go up this year. And hopefully he can take that next step. He's already right on the cusp of that superstar area. So in fantasy terms, as you can see above, his projected totals all are projected to get better, field goal percentages, and hopefully the free throw percentage stays where it's at as well. If you look above, his steal rate is left a little bit to be desired, but he can get you some kind of out of pocket steals here or there. But turnovers are looking to go up. So we're already have a high usage guy here. So we have a high usage guy in Jayson Tatum. We know he's going to be, and yeah, that's why I love the end of the draft. This guy is going to turn on Damian Lillard and potentially get, and usually Cat's here around this time, but with Lillard, he can get Bell. He can do a Lillard Ball combo. He could do Kyrie Irving. He could do Booker. He can pair Lillard with another, just like another player that's going to have high usage, threes, points, and there you go. Devin Booker. That's really early. If you look at Fantrax, I know a lot of you guys do Fantrax. That's very early for Devin Booker on a Fantrax scale and level. That's very early for Devin Booker. Devin Booker on Fantrax drafts are going middle to end of the second round. Ball won't fall further than me. So you don't got to worry about that. Anthony Davis, that is a Anthony Davis pairing with Tyrese Halliburton. I don't like that pairing. But Anthony Davis, if you feel like he's going to take that step this year and get better and stronger, then this is a good pick. If you feel like because he has first round upside, because there's literally the first round, there's a top 5, then there's maybe like a top, after the top 5, then you have like 7 that are interchangeable. The Karl Anthony Towns pick is wild. Slick, I don't know. That seems wild to me. Our guy's talking about LaMelo, seeing how far he will slide. Trae Young, so Schwab the Destroyer is up. Goes with LaMelo Ball, goes ahead and picks him up. So no longer on me to make that decision. And now we have a decision. This is tough. This is a tough decision. We're not going to be able to come back. We have Jayson Tatum already. So we have our small forward, power forward. And in this position, I want to go ahead and get somebody that I think is going to have an amazing year. And that's going to be the great Kyrie Irving. So great Kyrie Irving goes ahead and gets picked up. I pick him up. I love this pairing. Kyrie Irving with Jayson Tatum. Kyrie Irving is going to help me with my points, styles, assists. His free throw percentage is immaculate. And based on where we're at right now in the draft, we have 2 great free throw percentage players. So we're going to want to keep with that theme, or we're not going to be able to punt. We're so good on free throws right now, right? So you want to see what your team's good at. That's a Ja Morant. Again, on Fantrax, sorry for the language, y'all, but on the Fantrax, Ja Morant, that's early. That's early for Ja Morant. And you really like to put Ja Morant pairing with Luka Doncic because both of their free throw percentages are a little low. But that's good right there. So Luka and LeBron, that's a good pairing. Paul George goes with James Harden. Paul George is interesting this year. I don't know. Paul George's usage rate was so high last year. Again, he had the injury issues too. And with Kawhi back, and we know Kawhi probably won't play every single game, but I'm actually pretty bullish on Kawhi repeating, coming back in and playing majority of games this year. So I love Kawhi. Paul George is he's great, but I wouldn't pair Paul George with James Harden. But yeah, we're good there. Kevin Durant. So let's see who he pairs. I know some people like to pair Bam Adebayo with KD, but again, KD, he's a player that's very close to Jayson Tatum. They are very similar. KD will give you a little bit better percentages as well as 3-point strike. But that is, we'll see. We'll see what goes on the turn. A lot of times big men come in on the second, and there it goes. Just like I said, the Kevin Durant, Bam Adebayo pairing, I've seen that so many times. And the Giannis, there it goes. Beef Bowl is going to lean into that Giannis, those free throw percentage area. I know. Rudy's been shooting up since a couple weeks ago on there goes the teammates, Towns and Edwards. Slick going heavy with Minnesota so far. And if you look at I love this color coordination here, because if you can see right now, guards are available. Shooting guards specifically are available, that red marker there. If you have a chance, if you're doing your drafts this weekend, Make sure to look at that color coordination. I'll help you get a gauge of what's gone, what's not gone, where's your team kind of leaning into. It's very point guard heavy league, so we're going to want to kind of lean into those point guards moving forward, because they're going to dry up quick. The capital on those point guards are going to dry up quick, and centers. And we have a Donovan Mitchell signing, and I know he's, as a Knicks fan, he probably wants or wishes whatchamacallit would have went with him over to the Knicks, but Donovan Mitchell is not the first Cav I would pick off the board. So that is some of these picks are definitely out of the ordinary. Kawhi not going fourth round. Oh, Kawhi, there it goes, third. There it goes, Kawhi. He's gone, Jen. So Kawhi Leonard paired up with Jokic. I love that pair. Jokic is a standard. Now, Jokic already has a wrist, I believe. I think if you click on him, it doesn't show you. Jokic already has a wrist injury. They've been, kid gloves so far this preseason. So hopefully they go ahead and everything gets, he's healthy for the regular season. That wrist injury doesn't become a big deal as we go down. Because the thing about Nikola Jokic, and that's why he goes first overall, is he's usually available all season, and he puts up just crazy stats all around. Those 3 juicy stats, rebounds, assists, and points. He's just so like a cut above the rest on consistency because he doesn't get hurt. That's the issue with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is just as good as Jokic in my eyes, fantasy-wise, but you pick Jokic over Embiid for the health, because Embiid may take way more days off than Jokic does. DeJounte Murray goes here again, early, but again, you have to understand that in some of these if you're doing like a regular home league, players that are moving parts and new teams, people are going to kind of draw into those a little bit more. And that's going to affect your draft. It's going to affect some players that feel like they shouldn't go this late or, scale back. And I am a believer in best player available, but not best player available to a fault. So you want to make sure you're looking at upside and seeing what your team needs specifically. So we're going to keep an eye on my team right now. What are we looking at? We're good in points. We're kind of moving towards a points kind of high usage turnover plus turnover ratio team right now. So what are we going to want with that? We're going to want to pair more free throw, make sure we're not picking anyone that can really destroy our free throw percentage. So Zion Wilson, this Beef Ball. So if you want to take a look at Beef Ball right here, Beef Ball, this is the prototypical pick for our Giannis team. And he was able to get it while getting Giannis. So you picking Giannis second, this is usually who you go with anyway. So that they have that team. Nikola Vucevic in the third, that's a little rich. I don't know about that Nikola Vucevic pick, man. Okay. So somebody had the auto pick, and I think that's what's going on with the Slick. He got the preset as draft lineup pick. So the issue with your pre-draft lineup picks, if you're not going to be available, is that you don't know the position in which you're picking. So picking draft picks, picking players, I always advise to just let the computer auto pick, because you have no idea who you just don't have an idea. And so if he was picking later in the draft, that auto draft, that pick right there, that he set in his queue would have made more sense, but it doesn't make sense now because he picked third. He had an opportunity to pick up in Giannis, Luka, James Harden. So that's tough. And I understand if you can't make the drafts, that's why you always want to communicate with your league, with your commissioners, etc. But again, life's life, right? If you can't make it, you can't make it. And his team's not terrible, but it could have been a lot stronger. If he was here present, it could have been a lot stronger. And just to be honest, it's going to help us, right? It's helping everybody else and their teams and everything else they're doing. So we have a Cade Cunningham, and usually Cade Cunningham goes in that second round. So that's a value pickup for JD's team. Kate Cunningham. We have an early Chris Paul. Chris Paul usually go, depending on the team you got, Chris Paul is usually going in the 4th rounds on fan tracks. But again, that's good. That's a good vibe. I mean, his team is LeBron, Luka. He got 2 old guys. Those 2 right there, LeBron and Chris. Chef Curry may have some issues with, especially when it comes to the end of the season, with missed days, back-to-backs. Those are things that you got to keep an eye on. And Kyrie is usually a problem or something that you want to manage. But this year, I think he'll be fine. When he did play last year, he played heavy minutes. Jimmy Butler sighting, okay? And I kind of have to go Siakam, right? He is dropped considerably. And so we gotta go Siakam, right? I really like Jared Allen too. We gotta go Siakam. We just have to. We have to. So in some cases you want to, make sure your team is, strong and as far as the weaknesses and strengths, but when value like Pascal Siakam, I've seen Pascal go in high stakes drafts in the 2nd round, middle to end the 2nd round. We're almost in the end of the 3rd, and Pascal Siakam is available. You pick up Pascal Siakam, okay? Those are the type of value picks you're looking for, okay? I don't care. I don't care what type of league you're in. I don't care what type of unless if you're punting something. But Pascal, yes, his free throws is around 75% there. But is that gonna destroy my team if he has a couple off nights comparative with Jayson Tatum and Kyrie Irving? I don't think so. I think we can absorb some of Pascal's, and maybe he takes a step up. Maybe he can get closer to 80% on that free throw percentage, right? Looks like we're punting blocks. Some of the big block guys are already gone, and I on the way back, I almost want to get Jared Allen. I'm hoping Jared Allen comes back to me on the way back, but Jared Allen, again, the issue with Jared Allen. Let's go ahead and go to Jared Allen real quick. Look at those free throws. They're not terrible. I wish I could see how many he takes per game, right? So it all depends on volume too. But Drew Holiday is also a really good pickup here. So a Drew Holiday would be nice. Bradley Beal. And let's see if we can enter full screen. I want to go to that game. I want to go to the game real quick. Let's go exit full screen. Let's go Yahoo. Let's look at this game. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what Beal's doing so far. Sports. Wizards. Where are you, Wizards? Here we go. Wizards. Let's see what Beal's doing. 16 points, 3 steals. If Beal can go back to getting those steals, baby, that would be real nice. Okay. And so Beal's looking. I want to see what I want to check out with Beal is I want to see if he's shooting. What's the free throws? I feel like there should be more information here. I really do. Here we go. Beal free throws 3 for 5. So, but 6 for 13, 30. He's played 30 minutes already. He's ready to rock. So, we got a couple. We're thinking about. We're thinking about Beal. The issue with Beal is that we threes, right? So maybe we need to. Well, there you go. Beal's gone. That's a good pickup right there. So let's look at these teams. We got Lillard, Booker, Jared Allen, and Zach LaVine. That's a good. That's a good little squad right there. Very guard heavy. His team is very similar to mine. He doesn't have a forward yet, but I believe Zach LaVine is forward eligible, small forward eligible. He might not be actually. He might be just guard, but so he's looking good. And so yeah, let's take a look quick. Beal has gone. Darius Garland is available. Darius Garland. Maybe that's the play. Garland is still there. Drew Holiday is still there. De'Aaron Fox may take a step up this year. Evan Mobley is interesting. Those free throws, though. And I'm gonna see if I can't get my guy Bane on the way back. So Schwab holds the keys. I think he goes Garland. I think Schwab goes Garland. I go Garland in this position. I go Garland. I think Jaylen Brown. That's I'm looking at his icon. He has the Celtics icon. I feel like that's a Celtics pickup. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Garland. So I'm loving this draft right now. This draft is amazing. And again, we don't know who's going to be top 50. We don't know who's going to be the best players this year, etc. But the value I'm getting is just, again, Darius Garland is usually the first. Darius Garland and Mobley are usually the first Cavs off the board. Mobley hasn't even gotten off yet. Isn't even off yet. Mobley. And then Donovan Mitchell actually went before Darius Garland. I really think those should be reversed. Darius Garland should be the first Cav off the board. He is going to eat this year. And he just, and Donovan Mitchell, his usage rate will go down this year. It won't be as high because he won't be asked and there speak of it and it will appear. Evan Mobley pops up here. But Donovan Mitchell's usage rate will go down this year. It's not going to be as high as it was the last couple of years. He's not going to have to do as much. And the Cavs he's on a defensive team, a very, very heavy defensive team. Someone called someone a ratty. Looks like someone's taking someone's picks. It looks like in this draft. I trust me, I understand. So far, I'm loving the draft. I'm loving the value we've been getting. Pascal Siakam in the third round on the back end is just absolutely just amazing to me. Just amazing. So I'm glad we got that. What are the issues right now? We look at our teams. Okay, that's not who I wanted. Okay, you gotta kind of have to click on yourself, huh? Boom. So right now, we have our top of our draft pretty crazy, right? So we have Kyrie leading the charge. We have Darius Garland in that guard spot, Jayson Tatum and Pascal Siakam. Again, Siakam. Again, look at this. He's center eligible. There goes a little bit of a draft card. If you go in guard heavy and you have the opportunity to get Pascal Siakam, he is center eligible. I can go ahead and slip Siakam in that center area. I wish you can rearrange players because in all honesty, in a category type league like this, I could really, really not go against the grain here. But with Pascal Siakam, I can bring him down to that center spot and now understand that we're looking for a power forward. Another forward, maybe fill it up with more forward spots in order to move forward. One of the people that Drew Holiday in the fourth round, that guy, Chef Curry's team is really strong. He's right there with me though. Chef Curry and me are right there with each other. We are, we're going to be looking for some big men here later on in the draft. And hopefully we can find some, but we're going to be, looking for those purples and greens. De'Aaron Fox, that's good value too. Things are leveling out. So that's the thing about the second and third round. You'll see this on Fantrax. ESPN has some crazy ADP switches and changes from Yahoo and Fantrax. But if you'll see that between that second round and that fourth or fifth round, you're really looking at the same players. It just depends on where they go at and what you pick and who's picking what. So Beef Bowl went the prototypical Giannis build here with Rudy Gobert and Zion Williamson. That's the pairing, and they go with Terry Rozier as our starting point guard. That's decent. It's a point guard. He really probably wanted Fox or Drew to fall to him, and I feel like Terry Rozier is one of those picks where you are wanting to get he wants to get a guard. He doesn't want to lose out on some of these top guards left over. Mikal Bridges. Oh, yeah, Slick is that person in your league where he didn't show up to the draft, set his queue, and it's really hurting him. Mikal Bridges at this point in the draft I feel like is a mistake, but again, he's not here, so I can't speak to him personally. He probably knows a lot about fantasy, but if you can't make a draft, and it's not much you can do there, man. I can't. I feel bad for him, but not too much. Chris Middleton. Okay, Chris Middleton gets picked up again. I feel like that's a little early. I love those two vacant picks right there because that means that we can maybe get my boy Bane on the back end. Brandon Ingram is interesting. So we're that pairing. He picks up the two Pelicans, and Zion's with the Giannis team. So the two Pelicans go CJ, Brandon Ingram. We expect them to make up. I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe 40 to 50% of that team's points on any given night. Okay, and then there you go. Jalen Brunson, again, that's a Knicks guy. Scotty Barnes. So a lot of people are down on Scotty Barnes. Will he take that next step this year? I could see Scotty going earlier than Mikal Bridges and Vucevic, to be honest. I've seen that before. Will Scotty Barnes take that next step? The Raptors are super stuffed, man. If after Pascal and VanVleet, it's such a log jam at that forward 4, 5, and 3 spot. I'm sorry, not 4, 5, and 3 spot, but the 2, 3, and 4 spots. And they're interchangeable there. Again, sometimes they play Pascal in that, like you see, center eligibility. But it's interesting, man. Let's see. Yeah, he's Pascal, man. All right. And so let's start looking. Let's start looking at our team. Who are we gonna get? So Porzingis is available and Bane is available. Is Tyrese Matt? Look at this ADP. This is X rank. Okay, let's go by ranks. Ranks, league settings. So these are based on by league settings. And then you can also do X rank, which is, I believe, the ranks of the preseason ranks. Then you can go by ADPs, where people are kind of going. Okay. So, let's see. We'll keep it on X rank just so you guys will see the basis of what. So Jalen Green goes. John Collins goes. That Jalen Green pick, man. Some of these, so that's the thing about some of these drafts, man. Pick your people. Fantasy basketball, a little bit different than football, where you can really pick your people. You know what I'm saying? And there goes his center. Looks like he did not like the Porzingis. Did not want Porzingis. Went with a safe center pick. Jonas is getting older too. I don't know if that's not safe. I feel like the upside of Porzingis is way higher than Jonas. I just don't like that pick. I don't like Jonas with Zion now back. I don't like Jonas Valanciunas this year to repeat some of those numbers and some of that productivity from last year. There's some young guns back there coming up that are going to eat into his time, and he's older. He's old, so that's something that you really, really need to pay attention to. All right, so Shai Gilgeous goes here. He's ouchie the first part of the year. So keep that in mind when you're picking up Shai. You won't have him for the first part of the year. So there's always cause and effect in fantasy basketball. The rise of Josh Giddey. So Josh Giddey has rose. He's looked pretty good. Pretty good is understatement in the preseason. Again, take the preseason with a grain of salt, but in fantasy basketball, I will tell you that grain of salt goes a long way. So preseason in basketball is a little different than any other sport, because in basketball, the only thing that in preseason changes that really is a difference with preseason is playing time and then effort. And to be honest with you, some of these games are meant to be dress rehearsals. Michael Porter Jr. goes. We get my guy. I'm gonna go ahead and get my guy. These are one of those leagues where you go and get your guy. I am picking up Desmond Bane. I'm gonna get my shooting guard section filled up in hopes that Porzingis makes it back. I doubt he does. I doubt Porzingis makes it back to me. But I was looking, and the 3-point is a weakness so far on my team. And I'm looking at these other teams right now. And other than, of course, the Curry squad and the JD's team, not even JD's team, the Curry squad. If you look at that team or those teams, the 3-pointer seems like it's up for grabs, right? So we can really lean into that 3-pointer area. Points, 3-pointers, assist. Did I say points? I don't know if I said points. And there goes Porzingis. That's a good pick. Porzingis was the other player that I was interested in because you want to get. I need to get a center here shortly. I need to pick a center, right? Now the other thing is best available. This is where you start looking at high value picks comparative to what your team needs and what your squad is looking for. So what do you mean, Storm? What do you mean, Sage? What are you talking about? So if you look at my team, and if I click on my team, that'd be great. I have 2 utility spots that you can play on every given night. So if I'm looking to be strong in the area of, scoring, threes, assists, then I need to fill those utility spots with with great players, right? Players that are going to fit that mold. And so we're going to be looking for those type of players later on in the draft to kind of fit those utility spots. The last thing you want to do is on a team that's not going to win in rebounds is to fill your utility spots on every given night or any given night with someone with a stat line or area in which you're not going to be strong in. So no, I'm not going to fill this up with a blocker, right? Shot blocking is gone. I'm not going to get a shot blocker. I'm not going to win in blocks in this league. But scoring, free throws, assists, potentially steals. If we get a steal specialist, I'm thinking Marcus Smart maybe later on down in this draft. We can definitely get feel good. Gary Trent Jr. is another one. He is confirmed starting on most nights, depending on the matchups. He'll be starting for the Raptors. And so on that squad, that those first 5, Nick Nurse loves to play his players. They kind of got that Tom Thibodeau. Raptors play all their starters 30 plus minutes pretty much every night. So that is a great feeling. And I love this. This beat right here. This beat right here. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit for y'all. Then I'm gonna turn it back down. Okay, that might be too loud. And there goes Josh Giddey. That's a good pickup. That's a high upside pickup. Josh Giddey, I've seen him go way earlier than this, so that's a good pickup. And so we have Josh Giddey off the board, Yusuf Nurkic. And then let's start looking. So a newbie is available, Christian Wood. Christian Wood does not go with my team very well. Tobias is way too early on this one. And let's see here. We don't want Jakob Pearl. So let's see who else we have available. I like Ben Simmons. The issue with Ben Simmons is that what's the issue with Ben Simmons? The issue with Ben Simmons is that we are definitely going to be having issues with free throws, and he's just not going to be good there. We're going to take a gamble on this pick, y'all. So this isn't again, when you get into this area of the league, and Gary Trent Jr. is down there in this league, I'm probably gonna be able to get him in a round or two. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna lean in. So let's go ahead and let's hope someone like Kevin Porter Jr. comes around back to me. I'm gonna go young. Now I think Franz is available too. Franz or Ponchera. That is tough. That is tough. I'm gonna go Ponchera. I'm gonna go spicy, man. I'm gonna go spicy. So I pick up Apollo Banchero. Fill out fill out that power forward spot for me. Remember, we're playing Siakam in that center spot, so we only need one center. There's a lot of, and we'll go over them as we go through. But round 6 for Paolo is decent. Okay, it's not terrible. It's decent, right? We're gonna see as far as the free throw percentages. If you look at Franz does have a good free throw percentage. So maybe that was the better choice for my team concept. So if you guys are out there and you're in money, these high stake money leagues, and you guys, we don't remember here at New Life Fantasy, we don't condone gambling, but if you are in those, let's be honest, majority of the world is, then in that spot right there, take Franz. Franz has the high free throws, similar stat lines, and steals are up there. And Banchero is an unknown. Banchero's an unknown. Do I think he can get 8.800 free throws? I do. Do I think he's going to? Do I think he's going to outproduce Franz? I do. So I'm gonna see. This is where Yoo-hoo. This is where Yahoo falls down. A couple of these players are definitely not 6th-round talents. Like Jeremy Grant, I love him. I want to get him in multiple drafts this year. If I can pair him with the Lillard Jeremy Grant combo, because I feel like those two are going to be the main guys. And Anthony Simons is good too over in. That's my team, by the way, if you didn't know, the Blazers. But, and there it goes. So Beef Ball is doing the prototypical, very strong Giannis build here. This is, if you want to see and there goes Gary Trent, man. That's the thing. Gary Trent should fall. He would have been a great guy on my team. But there you go. The guy who's not here. Beef Bowl. Look at this. If you guys are looking to potentially do a punting free throw strategy with Giannis or Doncic, look at these players: Zion, Rudy. Ben Simmons is another big one. He's punting free throws. So punting free throws, and when you pick up Ben Simmons, you're almost punting points. You're almost punting points as well. So that's the issue there. Okay. We got a Keldon Johnson sighting, man. Like, it's crazy because the baseline on some of these drafts, and because this is the last weekend, this is the big draft weekend, everyone's has had time to look at everything, right? We've had a bunch of preseason games, and in these leagues, a lot of these people are looking. So, that Keldon Johnson pickup, that's somebody who's interconnected with the market and connected with what's going on in fantasy, what potentials, etc. And he goes ahead and picks up Tobias Harris here. Again, that's a decent value pick at this point based on Yahoo rankings. But again, we all of us in the industry feel like Tobias is going to take a step back this year, especially if everyone stays healthy. Okay, let's go. D'Angelo Russell went. Okay, I missed the D'Angelo Russell pick. Clint Capella on the Chef Curry squad. So there you go. 2 strong centers. He went ahead and took care of his center. Now I'm looking at a center, and there goes Sengun. Man, I was definitely looking at Sengun. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Depending on who comes back to me, we are definitely looking at. I might get Wagner on the way back. So that's wild to me if I get him on the way back. But I doubt it. So okay. So we're looking at who should we pick up, who should we get. Jamal Murray goes, okay. And so centers. Let's look at centers. Let's see what centers are available. I really like Sadiq Bey this year, by the way, guys. PJ Washington. So PJ Washington is center eligible. So we're not gonna pick him on the way in, though. Okay, we're not gonna pick him up on the way in, but he is somebody that I am very interested in as far as getting that pickup going. And there goes Franz. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. That was interesting. That was definitely in my wheelhouse. Kevin Porter Jr. I like Kevin Porter Jr., but unfortunately, that free throw percentage, I have been unfortunately a byproduct of that, and we don't want anything to do with that. So we do want Tyler Hero on the squad. Tyler Hero is someone that we want to pick up, and there he goes. So got sniped on that Tyler. I really wanted Tyler Hero on the team. But let's see what Colin Sexton did. Made it first start of the preseason. Nah, so he said he expects to be a starter soon, but he's yet to exactly have a big game. Yeah, Colin Sexton that's tough. That's tough. This is a tough pickup area, man. This is a tough area. I think I go PJ. I'm gonna be honest. I think I go PJ. So let's go ahead and pick up PJ now. There's PJ. There we go. Let's go ahead and pick up PJ now. He's center eligible. Let's pick him up. And then let's see what comes back on the way back. Gotta take centers earlier, and I'm an idiot. Again, you don't have to. We know what we're trying to do here, so I'm not too worried about it. I really like Vanderbilt too, man. Vanderbilt to me is a league winner. If you can get him in a good spot. And again, I still have some sneaky centers like Claxton. A couple others. Okay, yeah. John Wall has to start, right? John Wall has to start. Wendell Carter. The NBA still roster centers. I agree. All right, so let's go ahead and look at where we're at. We have Paolo Banchero and we have PJ Washington. Our starting centers right now are Pascal Siakam and PJ Washington. Remember, guys, this is a category league. So the categories you're utilizing or what you're going to lean into, you want to make sure that you keep track of those. It's a 9 cat. So what are we trying to win every week? 6. We're trying to win 6 cats, 6 to 7 cats every week. If you can eke out an 8-1, that's awesome. If you can eke out a 9-0er, those are the crazy ones, the donut boys, then that's awesome too. But when you draft, I want to be completely clear. You want to draft to win categories, okay? On any given night, you want to be able to jump into a matchup and defeat someone in a specific category and defeat them, most teams in those categories. So listen, once we went Jayson Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Pascal, and Darius Garland, guess what? We're not winning blocks, okay? We're not winning blocks. And then guess what? We're not renting rebounds. Once you get to that point, you're not renting those stat lines or those areas, and you want to lean into what you can do, what you can win in, so that you can take care of those cats. The 3 ones that we're going to be weak in, you got it. Rebounds, swats, and field goal percentage. Those are the 3 that we're going to be struggling every week to get to. So what do we want to try? We want to try to get 3s. We want to try to get higher percentage players who can provide, extra stats for steals, assists, those type of players are going to give you those out of context stats to help those Tatums, those Kyries, those Pascals. And so, yeah, Bane was as specific as a 3-pointer. He's a 3-point specialist who does other things. And so he was such a pivotal point and pickup for me because now I can relax these next 2 rounds and take a flyer. Got Panchero and we got PJ, who I think is going to have a huge, huge beginning of the season with no LaMelo, and just he's starting. He's here. And can't think of his his name, but one of the main guys from last year is no longer on those Hornets. So PJ, I feel like it's going to have a big game. Colin Sexton. Okay, now we're getting into some weird picks. Colin Sexton over here, and this guy is, I think, if you're looking at teams that I'm a little bit worried about with the makeup that I have so far. Sadiq Bey got taken, man. I really want Kevin Porter Jr., y'all. I really want him, like, really bad, but I don't know if that's smart. Okay, so we are up, and Keegan Murray is someone that I like. Don't think I'm gonna pick him up though. Trey Jones is another guy that I love this year. This is a tough pick. This is where you start wondering, who should you pick? What should you get? Kevin Porter is such a... Oh, here we go. I like this pickup. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to get him. We're going to pick up my boy, Lauri Markkanen. The White Knight would be so proud of me. We're going to pick up Lauri Markkanen. Again, he does not have, to my knowledge, small forward, power forward eligibility. So, again, we're going to be looking at very low in centers to fill in those spots. But, again, we're looking at specific places, areas, and we needed a second small forward anyway. And so here he is, Lauri Markkanen. Now, why did I pick Lauri Markkanen? Look at the stat lines, project the stat lines here. He's on what we call a wasteland team, right, Starks? Wasteland team. He gives you those threes. He does not give you blocks. Hey, we don't care. Rebounds. Hey, we don't care. What do we want him to do? We want him to score. We want him to hit threes, and we want him to shoot a good clip at the free throw line. And that is exactly what Lauri Markkanen does. He fits our team very well for what we've done, and he doesn't hurt us any specific places. Same thing with PJ Washington. Same thing. Doesn't really hurt us anywhere, but will maybe shore up some of our field goal percentage issues. There's a couple of teams on here that we may be able to beat them in field goal percentage. The Nice Guy Swag team, that's the main team that I'm worried about. And he has Jared Allen that anchors that field goal. But look at the other people on his squad, man. He has Booker, Lillard, Zach LaVine, Poole, Giddey, and Sexton. He is punting field goal percentage. And so if we can beat him in field goal percentage and some of these other guys can step up and beat him in points, he's going to be hard to beat on points. I'm going to be honest with you. He's going to be hard to beat in assists. But I will tell you this about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the league. But his assists have gone down. Okay? They have gone down. Why do you think they've gone down? I'll let you guys put below why you think Lillard's assists have gone down. It's because the quality of his teammates haven't been up to snuff. So if this year, if Jeremy Grant, maybe I'm thinking right now, do you think Jeremy Grant is a better overall player than CJ McCollum? Most people would say no, but I think in the terms of efficiency for Lillard, I think that Jeremy Grant is a better fit for that team than CJ McCollum. So we will see. But I feel like Lillard assists have gone down, and with him playing next to Anthony Simons, who is more of a on-ball guard, I think Anthony Simons is going to cut again into his assists, just like CJ did. And so I think Lillard, as far as an assist guy, you want to pair Lillard with like a Chris Paul, if you can get him in the third rounds, a LaMelo Ball. Just you want to pair him with someone who's going to get out just a teeny bit more assist than he does. He's like, if you can do like on the first round flip, a Tyrese into a Damian, a Halliburton into a Lillard, that's a crazy combo. I love to hear that, but those are always hard to do because people rate players differently. And as you can see here, we have a wide range of people. Like here, now we getting into the 8-9. We're getting into the later rounds now. We have a Andrew Wiggins sighting. So there you go. Mo Bamba was picked up too, Mr. Mo Bamba. And a lot of the rankings, as you see, kind of have been shifted because of the third draft spot here. Slick And depending on your draft and who you're drafting with, you're going to have a player like Slick who's just not going to be available. He's not going to be there. And some people, you're going to be able to have some people kind of drop to you. So just keep that in mind. We have a Monte Morris sighting, and I'm going to go ahead and I had that music up. Still loud, huh? Sorry about that, yo. Let's turn that down a little bit. Just there's a little something for y'all in the background. Marcus Smart. See, I wanted Marcus Smart, so that's unfortunate. So Marcus Smart goes. And so let's go ahead and start looking at what we got available here. So Keegan Murray is still available. Kevin Porter Jr. is still available. That might be the pick. That might be the pick. Yeah, that might be the pick, man. We got Claxton. I still have Claxton on the bottom here. He's still on my radar as kind of like another big man. Hardenstein has the potential to, be strong too. Okay, and then Jabari Smith II. Okay, Jabari Smith II. Jabari Smith II. That is a good. We'll see. Let's hold off. Now we do have Jaren Jackson Jr. He's a good late round pickup as well, but he's not coming back till sound optimal returning at the front end of his 4 to 6 month timetable. And so Jaren Jackson Jr. is someone that you want to be looking at as well. We have Daniel Gafford back here. Isaiah Jackson, only 17 minutes last game. And so he's rightfully been going. The Peel with Jackson's third block rate. So they have those double block guys with Isaiah Jackson as well as Miles Turner. Marvin Bagley got hurt. He's out 3 to 4 weeks, but again, I think he was coming off the bench though. He was coming off the bench. So I take that back. Don't get him. Don't get him. All right, let's see who's been going. Draft results. So we have a Harrison Barnes sighting. Keegan Murray, there he goes. Keegan Murray does go here. That's a nice pick, 9th round. We might go Jabari here. Kevin Porter Jr. is such a interesting play for me. His free throw percentage is awful. Absolutely awful. Let's see here. Can I absorb KPJ's free throws? I don't know. Y'all. I don't know if I can. I don't know. I don't know if I can absorb his free throw percentage. And he's an aggressive guard, so he does get to that stripe. Russell Westbrook? If he falls in the 9th round to me, I gotta get him, right? You just gotta pick him up. There is no tomorrow. There's no other options. That's such a great value. 9th round KPJ is such a great value. He's going 7th. He's going 6th, 7th, 8th round Fantrax leagues. Again. Yeah, Chef Curry left the draft after that pick, I bet. Again, he's just such a... And I'm already in a weird turnover area too. It's like, getting him too would really hurt my turnovers though. And there it goes. Whew. I don't have to worry about it now. This is tough. I'm glad he took Kevin Porter Jr. Okay. Who am I gonna go? I do have a late round point guard that I kind of want that you can pick up later in rounds. I really like Vanderbilt. We'll see if Vanderbilt makes it around. I don't think Hayward makes it back to me. So I'm gonna pick up Gordon Hayward. I like Gordon Hayward as a not very like a 10th round pick this year. And you're getting him 10th round because of the issues with his injuries. He has this crazy cut right now, just crazy haircut. But I love the ability. Again, remember, Charlotte is without. Man, I can't. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Let's do Charlotte. Let's get it. Let's get it for y'all so we can go over Charlotte Hornets roster. Where is it? I mean, he's on the roster still, right? I don't even see him on here. I don't even see him on it anymore. Kyle Lowry went just now, suspended. Not Malik Monk. Where is it? Where's his name at? It's like in my head. I can't. There we go. Miles Bridges. Thank you. Finally. I was like, why isn't it showing up? Miles Bridges. So we know Miles Bridges was up and coming, all the off the court issues. We're not going to talk about those, but he's gone for this season. So G Hay, PJ Washington, that team, Terry Rozier, a lot of those get LaMelo Ball. A lot of those guys get a bump because we know what style they play. We know they play up and down the court. They play fast. They get up a lot of shots. We know that those are the type of teams you want to invest heavily in. And so we're going to invest in G. Hay and see if we can get Vanderbilt on the way back. The issue with Isaiah Stewart is his free throws, right? That's the same thing with, and most of these bigs, they don't shoot enough for it to be an issue, right? Brook Lopez, he's back. Let's see who else here. We need to really kind of go dig deep in here. I love Claxton this year, though. His free throws are terrible, though. Terrible. But I like him. And I don't think he's going to take that many. I think we go Claxton. I think we go Claxton here. I think he fits the team really well. The other pick could be Jabari Smith. A lot of people like Cam Johnson too, man. A lot of people like Cam Johnson. He's starting now. So Cam Johnson he's ranked regardless, he's ranked 90th in Community Non-Cat Leagues in Roto-World. So Roto-World shows you Cam Johnson is a good pick. I think, okay, we can get him. I think that Cam Johnson will come back to me. So we're going to go Claxton. I think he's lesser of a known entity where he's going to come back to me. Jalen Smith, I like Jalen Smith, but just the opportunity, man, is not there. But we secured another center. I love Claxton. I love what he can do for our percentages. He's going to have a lot of opportunity down over in the Nets. And if there's anybody who goes back and gets hurt, we know Claxton's going to play, right? If KD's out, if Kyrie, even if my guy Kyrie takes a day off, he's going to be asked to do a little bit more. So we know that he's going to be out there. He's young, and I love getting young centers. Okay, I wish Wiseman had a bigger role. I really do, but again, he doesn't. And for some odd reason, the Warriors aren't really just deploying him out there like they should be. Other people that I was thinking about, you have Jared Vanderbilt here. I like him. I don't like him for my team that I have right now, but I like Vanderbilt as a late round. There goes Jabari Smith too. That he was on my list here too as a pickup. I think that's a great value for Jabari Smith. Again, he's going to start off slow, but that team over in Houston, the Houston Rockets, are going to be kind of like the Hornets. This is my prediction. They're going to be just like the Hornets were last year, where we really saw LaMelo Ball just explode last year. just because of, you got to think about the offense they play, the run. Houston Rockets, that's how they're going to be this year. And so if you're punting free throw percentages, Kevin Porter Jr. is a great pickup. If you're punting turnovers too, Kevin Porter Jr. is a great pickup. In the ninth round, you kind of just have to go. You just kind of have to go grab him, right? You gotta have to trust that he can maybe figure it out and protect some of his percentages a little bit better this year. But in Houston, it's gonna be kind of a Russian roulette, depending on these guys and how well they actually end up being. All right, and then Isaiah Stewart, okay, got a big man pickup. Now, Nicholas Claxton was my first official center pickup. But remember, I want guys to remember when he's playing, Siakam is a center eligibility, and PJ is a center eligibility. I'm surprised Lauri Markkanen isn't, but I'm also not surprised. So we'll see. It's interesting to see where people go now. This is usually that part of the draft where you are shoring up some things, some positions for yourself. You want to go ahead and kind of double down, look at your draft. I suggest clicking on your name. You got 5 bench positions, so we got 5 more spots, but everything's filled out. This is our starter. When all of the teams are in play, these are our starters. What do we need? What can we kind of add to this to make it better? Assists, right? We can add maybe a little bit more assists to the pie. We expect Kyrie Irving's assist to maybe go down. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good pickup. If you feel like you can absorb some of his time there. But assist and steals, maybe finding a steals. Like I said, Cam Johnson is the pick. So Cam Johnson is the guy that I want to get back to me. I felt like there was more of an opportunity for Cam Johnson to get back to me than Nicholas Claxton. As you can see, Flint Tropics went center. JD's team went center. And Claxton I would pick Claxton over Stewart or Wiseman any day of the week, right? So that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Hopefully that sounded so good. Hopefully I don't get any strikes here. Again, Starks, we're going to be trying to do a podcast sometime this weekend with the great Starks, going over some of his, what he's thinking. He already posted up on his Twitter. Go ahead and check it out. He already posted some of his sleeper picks in those later rounds. And I'm going over with y'all right now where I'm at mentally on this draft and where I'm at with some of my picks and people I like. Let's go ahead and move this up right here so you guys can see the rest of this draft. So Norman Powell goes. Norman Powell had a crazy game the other night. It's a wild game. Let's go ahead and check up on some of these scores while we're waiting. Again, I don't need super long to review, but we'll take a look at these picks. And this is a long draft pick. So this like a minute and 30 they give each pick. And so there's that. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out this New York game. New York City. Jalen Brunson with a 27 boy tonight, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson with 20. And that's a good game from Mitch. I haven't seen him do that well. Oh, there goes Cam Johnson, man. But that's a good game for Mitch. Can he keep that up? RG Barrett is a great 12 rebounds for RG Barrett is crazy to me. And there goes Jaron Barrett. So here goes some of my guys coming off the board. Spencer, Cam, and Jared. Cam that's a steal. Again, Cam Johnson is a top 90 on a 9-cap basis. And you're looking for those type of guys. You're looking for those guys on the later end that's going to just propel your team further and not hurt it. But these are 2 great picks right here. Definitely. Unfortunately, that Claxton pick really caused us. There is some. So you look at the Claxton pick, it's like, okay, you put Claxton over Cam. No, I picked Gordon Hayward over Cam Johnson. So I picked up that Gordon Hayward. I didn't want to go triple small forward, right? So we picked Gordon Hayward, and that's who we're staking on in this league. I went ahead and picked Gordon G. Hay. Again, if I felt confident in Cam, then I go another pick in that G. Hay pick, maybe shore up my center, maybe go Claxton in that pick, and then go get Cam right afterwards. But again, I'm like I said it before. I like Cam. I wish Cam would have fell back to me. I felt like Cam over Claxton was the better pick because Claxton was less likely to get back to me. But looks like both of them was less likely to get back to me. Obi Toppin's been looking pretty spry. We have Orochimaru sighting from Roi. Oh, there goes Paul. I was thinking about John Wall. Roi. But let's look at this. Let's look at this OT game real quick while I got you guys here. And then Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson has been picked up. And that John Wall pick hurts. I felt like he could came back to me, but he didn't, and that's fine. So we're gonna go with one of my sleepers. Because I'm pretty sure he'll fall back to me. I'm picking up now because we'll see. We'll take a look. But I do have a sleeper here that I like. And 2 picks until my turn. So let's take a look. No, he's not. Chef Curry. And we have Derek White. Derek White is kind of good insurance too. In the fact that I picked up Jayson Tatum. Again, Jaylen Brown would be more of insurance for Jayson Tatum. But again, in most cases, you're not picking up both of those guys. Again, McGee's a good pickup later on in the drafts as well if you need a center. Jonathan Kuminga is a good pickup too if you need a center. And but we're gonna get my boy. Hey yo, girl. I saw you across the room. Hey yo, he is gonna be my pickup here. I think we're gonna be able to get him. Let's go ahead and just get our guy again. You can try to sit around and try to get get Q. And there goes Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony, I was hoping to get both of those guys. So Cole Anthony, that's a good pickup. But we're gonna go ahead and get my boy Ayo. Ayo's gonna be starting for those Bulls, Chicago. And I think he takes a leap this year, and he always has high, and when I mean high value here, because he can get you those out of pocket stats with the upgraded minutes, as well as free throws. Worried about his free throws, but again, I'm more interested in those assist numbers. He had 256 last year, and they're projected to be lower this year, but you know what? I think they're gonna be higher. I take AO to really take a step forward this year. Kobe White hasn't really done anything to push him. So I think we are good to go. All right. Now, not Jalen Smith. I thought it was the other guy. So Jaden McDaniels is up here. Starting small forward. And that's a small forward on a Minnesota team. Do I feel like this is a good pickup? You guys tell me in below. Who should I pick up right now? We have Jaden McDaniels, just named starter. Just named the starter. And there he goes. In looking back, we should have picked up Jaden and then got AO on the way back, right? That's looking back now. So he didn't come back to us. I thought he might come back to us, but the thing about these stat sheets is that everybody is scouring this list, right? Everybody is scouring this list. So you can't really hide anybody, really, to be honest. So let's continue to move forward then. Josh Hart, he's starting. And, you want to get some core starters here, but issue with Conley. Conley's going to have too many games not played. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Now, Dylan Brooks is an interesting pickup. Dylan Brooks is interesting. He's decent. I think he has potential to have high steal count. He's finished 11th rounder in NICAT last season, but he's 100%. So we'll take Dylan. I think we'll take Dylan. And kind of go from there. See who falls to us in the end here for a couple more. We'll go over a couple more of my later round. I really wish they would trade Draymond, right? I really like Kuminga, man. Jonathan Kuminga for Golden State Warriors. I really like that guy. Again, McGee is a good pickup. May miss a few corner threes this season. Oh, man. Yeah, again, McGee's a good center. Just to throw someone out there. Obi Toppin is, I like Obi Toppin's upside. Will he get enough minutes to really produce? Depending on what you're looking at. Let's look at what Roto World shows as Seth Curry's timeline. You got to start Curry, right? You have to start Curry over. I just think we can wait on Curry though. If you got Vucevic, I don't believe in handcuffs, but if you have Vooch, go ahead and pick up Drummond at the end there. Man, have the mighty have fallen. Do you remember when Drummond was a second round pick? Second round pick, y'all. So that's crazy. Okay. Who are we talking? Dylan Brooks. Go ahead and get him. Just pick him up. I think Dylan Brooks will have some really good games. I would think he'll have some head scratchers too. but I think his steal rate, I think the potential steal rate there is so high that you have to go with it. Now we're looking at Derek White still available, or will he get all the way back through? I don't know. Mathurin, that's I don't know about Mathurin. You know what I mean? He's a rookie this year. I don't know. We'll see. Mathurin's one of those guys that, depending on your bench size, may be a waiver wire ad. So just keep that in mind. We're in round 12, so we still have some bench players to go. And in basketball, I will say this all the time. This isn't football. Your bench matters. Who you pick up in the later rounds will play games for you. Okay? So don't get it mistaken. They will play games for you. They will start for you some games. You will be deploying them. So do not just pick someone that you think is going to I'll wait till the next season for them. Again, you don't want to do that. Okay? You don't want to do that. All right. We got Bones Highland goes. Let's go ahead and check out this game here. Let's go ahead and check out this game, man. Boston versus Toronto. And Boston. Let's look at Boston first. Jaylen Brown with 23 points. Derek White with 23 points as well. 6 for 7 from the charity. That looks beautiful. Will he fall back to me? I don't know. There goes Miles Bridges trapped as Chef Curry. I don't know what he's doing. Some of these late round picks are wild. Malcolm Brogdon only played 14 minutes tonight. So just keep that in mind. I really want to turn off these notifications. I don't know where to do that at though. And our guy who we picked up, Jayson Tatum, 3 for 10. Look at that. 10. Put up 10 snipes on the night. I love to see that. 9 rebounds, 5 assists. There it goes. No steals, though. We want to see those steals. Let's see the assists. Marcus Smart still looks to be getting the heavy minutes for that team, but Derek White did start in this one due to the Time Lord having some injuries. And let's check Toronto. I do apologize about that. Those notifications, y'all. Hopefully it's not too loud. And let's see. OG Anunoby with a showing out on this one, but again, no Pascal, no Gary Trent. So just keep Bobby Boucher. Just keep your expectations tempered. OG had all the shots tonight. Scotty Barnes also showed up and showed them what the game was. Van Fleet had one of those games where you scratch your head, but you smile because he got 4 steals. You'll take it, man. Those 5 turnovers are harsh, but he is the primary ball scorer. He's going to have better nights than this.